Welcome back to another episode of Security Skates. This is your host Paul, and on this episode we will be doing a skate park detail of Lake Street Skate Park at Lake Street Park in Los Angeles, California. It is a sick little park and one of my personal two favorites near the downtown LA area, so I am excited to get into the skate park detail with y'all. Shout out to all the Lake Street locals. I've done a couple of skate meets there, and it is always good times out there at Lake Street Skate Park. One of the things that I love about Lake Street is it's kind of sunken in at this park. Like it's on a different level from the parking lot. Got the parking lot here, limited spaces. You can see over here on the other side of this dumpster area, Lake Street Skate Park. I do want to go over a few tips for those who are not familiar with the area or haven't been to this park before. So we're going to get started with that first. First being the parking lot. So the parking lot is a little bit small. There are usually limited spaces there, but there are parking lot hours. This gate actually does close and lock. From what I've seen, they're pretty good about announcing when they're going to close the gate and lock it up. And they'll let everybody know, hey, if your car's parked in here, you need to move it because you're going to get locked in here if you don't. There's plenty of street parking on the outside, but usually it's taken up. But it's not impossible to find a space around Lake Street Skate Park. There's the hours there. But you're definitely going to want to be mindful if you're parked inside of the parking lot. So that's the first tip there. Be mindful of your parking. If you're parking in the parking lot, just pay attention, especially if it's later on in the evening. You're going to want to pay attention to when they're locking that gate up. So the next tip I wanted to show you was over here, the water fountain. Because we do need to stay hydrated when we're out here. It gets hot, we get sweaty. It's important to stay hydrated. So it's going to be over here around this corner. You can see it right here. It's kind of like by this door. And it does have the water bottle filler. And both of them do work this day. On this day, both of them did work. There's a water fountain. There's a water bottle filler. So that's a water fountain there. They do have a water fountain at Lake Street. Next tip I wanted to show you was the restrooms. The restrooms are located around the corner from the water fountain. Big tip, the men's room is on the right. For who needs that information, of course, being the ladies' room is on the left. Men's room right, ladies' room left. Located right near the basketball courts. So those are the other two tips that I wanted to show you. The restrooms, they do have restroom access here, and they do have a water fountain that works and is running. And it is located not too far from the skate park, but you get a good idea of it here. It's a little bit of a ways. You got to kind of come out of the skate park and roll over to the other side by the basketball courts. Another thing I wanted to show you though, this part right here is pretty cool. Check this out. It's got this curved ledge. Pretty popular little spot. You may have seen it on social media. It is waxed up. Pretty cool. I've done it a couple of times. It's not too hard to do. You just got to commit to it, lock in, have enough speed. But it goes all the way around. You can ride out. So that part's fun too if you want to come to Lake Street and mess with that. We're going to get over here to the skate park now. Get this skate park detail started. Now that I've gone over parking, the water fountain, and restrooms, let's get into Lake Street Skate Park. Check it out. She's a beauty. So as soon as you walk up on this quarter pipe and transition area. It has a curved corner. The round coping on it shortens out to this little transition area. Let you guys soak it in real quick. So it does start with a little transition over here. It does have the curved coping on it. Rounds out over there into the bigger transition, kind of like a quarter pipe deal. There's a flat area. First part we're going to get started on is right here, the stair set. It is a 4 long stair. So they are 4 stairs, but they are kind of long. Has a round rail on one side, has a ledge on the other. It's got this little kind of Euro gap going up. Got this parking block kind of deal. Got the hip and the bank. All this is connected to that quarter pipe section. Have this big ride in or bank up. Bank you could do a trick on, ride back in. So you can see here how the whole park is kind of sunken in, kind of dug in. It's going to be this first part right here, so you're going to ride back. You can do a little wally right there on the parking block. There's all the coping, curves around. Beautiful park, a lot of fun to skate, easy to flow around. If you're going a certain way, it gives you a lot of speed because it's kind of on a slant. You can feel it once you start skating. Just the parking block here is not that high. I have board slid this thing before. It's a lot of fun. You can see there. So this is up on top of the bank, and this is like the flat area up on top with the smaller quarter pipe transition area. Beautiful piece. A lot of fun to skate. See there, it's really not that big. Kind of has like a parking block kind of shape, which is why I refer to it as a parking block. But it is made of metal. A lot of fun. A lot of fun to work with. Do have the ledge. You see this Euro here. This is a tiny Euro. Really not that big, nothing too serious. Got the bank right here. Got this ledge. Got the 4 flat. It's not that long. Got the round rail. So I wanted to show you guys how this rail does kind of have like a ride-in opportunity on it because it slants out. You can see it there. It doesn't just shoot straight up. You kind of, if you are comfortable getting onto round rails and jamming onto round rails like that, kind of like a pole jam deal, you get up on that and ride all the way down. Very sick. A lot of fun. You have this ledge. It does have the metal edging on it. I'm going to give you guys an idea of about how high it is here. You can have a lot of fun out here at Lake Street if you're comfortable getting the grinds and slides on rails and ledges downstairs. Nice little setup. If you drop in on the little mini quarter pipe section back there, gives you enough speed to roll in. Pretty sick. Got the bank on this end so you can roll in. See the round rail there. See it is hollow underneath. It's a pretty sick park. So right after this little setup here, it will roll you and shoot you right into the A-frame kind of deal. We're going to go over there and check this out. It does have the A-frame ledge on it. Have the A-frame rail on it. It's a square ledge, round rail. See, it's about that high there. Pretty sick. You can drop in on that end on the quarter pipe and roll back and get your Euro gap up. You can roll in from the stair set we were just looking at. You see the square coping here. Pretty sick A-frame ledge, pretty legit. Got the round rail here. To give you guys about an idea of how high it is. So both the ledge and the rail are on an A-frame deal. So it does just get a little bit smaller up on top. And since you're up on top, when you're rolling on top of the bank, it gives you a little bit of pop. It's just a little bit shorter up on top, kind of longs out on the end. Beautiful rail though. A lot of fun. I'm going to give you guys an idea of how small it gets up on top. It's really a lot shorter up on top. And this whole A-frame setup is connected to the, I'm going to call it the volcano. It's kind of like a quarter pipe. All the way it connects over here, but it's like a graduating volcano. So it's the highest up on top and then it slants down. Has kind of a platform, but it kind of triangles out. It's a very fun piece. Honestly, this is one of the funnest pieces I think at Lake Street because you can get up on there, get speed, get your manual down. Just unusual. You don't really see a setup like that too often, so it's fun to play with something like that. See it there? It's not too harsh of transition, not too sharp. See here how it graduates. It goes down from the top. It is like a slant up on top. Has a round coping on it. I wanted to show you guys how it like triangles out right here. So if you're trying to get comfortable with like the feeling of grinding on coping, there's a good ride-on spot right there. This is a sick piece. Whenever anybody mentions Lake Street or I talk about Lake Street, this is the piece that comes to mind. Because this is not something that's offered in too many other skate parks. Pretty sick. So again, that is connected to the A-frame with the rail and the ledge. There's the foreset over there. A couple of the things we've gone over so far. So it's going to bring us over to this quarter pipe transition area. I'm going to check this out now. So it does have the round coping, and it is a little bit smaller. Has the extension on it, one end shorter, one is higher. So the higher end is a little sharp. It's not too bad though, nothing too serious. Has a deck up on top, has plenty of room. Has a round coping on it. It does transition over into the bowl area. Got plenty of space to work with up here. It's not too slim. I'm going to show you guys the extension, how it goes lower. Kind of turns into a box deal for the quarter pipe on the other side. It does have the metal edging on it and the round coping on the other. It's pretty sick. Get it grind out like a drop. Grind to drop, slide to drop. So one thing I love about Lake Street is it offers the smaller kind of transition. It does have a small little quarter pipe. You can see how wide that is there. I wanted to give you guys an idea of how much room you'll have. If anybody wants to air out, up and over. Got the square coping there. You see it's really not too sharp. It's just a little bit sharper than the shorter one. You can see this one's pretty mellow. Again, one of the things that I love about Lake Street is it has that little spot there if you need to like try and practice a new trick or work on a new trick or getting comfortable dropping in or grinding or doing whatever. This has a perfect little quarter pipe deal going on for you. It's not too high. And the transition is a lot more mellow. There's the volcano. Some of the other things we've gone over so far. So this is the quarter pipe on this end, and it connects to the bowl section. Just the bowl section on this side. Has a square box ledge deal coming off. Smaller transition. Has a higher quarter pipe. It's a little bit sharper. Get back up on top here. It's a lot of fun. Nice long quarter pipe. If you want to get like a nice long back 5, front 5, nice long 50, good spot to do it there. So when I get over here into this bowl area, it does have a deeper end, not too much deeper, but just a little bit more sunken down, a little bit higher than the other sections. See, it has a round coping. Doesn't stick out too much. Pretty legit. I do love this bowl section. One of the things I like to do is ride up from the other end because it'll just shoot you in here and you can pump around and carve. I'll usually try and get a back 50 along that whole other end that's on the other side of the bowl. But yeah, this part is sick. This is the sunken down part. This is the higher section, the deeper section. A lot of fun. I think that's one of the reasons that I like Lake Street so much is because of this part where you can just get so much speed. And it has this little curve right here on this coping. This is a quarter pipe on the other end. I'll usually try and back 50 this whole thing when I have enough speed. It's a lot of fun, not too sharp. Definitely legit quarter pipe bowl area though. Once you're over here up on top, it'll shoot you back into this other little street section. A lot of room to work with though. I seen somebody airing around in this thing the other day. It was pretty sick. Get down into here. Show you guys this part. So if you are getting comfortable on transition or dropping in or pumping around, Lake Street might be good for you. It does offer a few different heights, a few different difficulties as far as pumping around and dropping in goes. You can see here it's really not that much higher. See the round coping on it. Gonna get over here into the deeper section. I'm going to give you guys a good shot of the coping all the way around. Right here it does have a little dip in it. I'm going to roll my board up so you guys can see. Really not that harsh, but it does give you a nice little kick once you're rolling into it. Give you a little punch, get some speed going in there. Got this whole quarter pipe section. A lot of room to work with. Just have to drop off. Show you guys about how high it is there. So this is another good starting point where my board is at, so that you can drop in and roll back into the other part of the park where the street section is. The volcano is. I'll refer to this part as a little street section. A lot of fun. So that is the bowl over here at Lake Street. We're going to get started over here on this little street section. We do have the ledge. It's like a bench with a ledge on it. It's got the metal coping, square coping, easy to grind. Not that high. Put my board there so you guys can get an idea of it. It is legit. It's pretty decent. If you can land a trick on this thing, you can legit say that you can do that trick because you got to pop to get up on that. You have this round rail here. Good length. Round rails are always a little bit more of a challenge because you get a little bit wobbly up on top. You do have to maintain your balance a little bit better as opposed to grinding a square rail. So we have this bench with the ledge on it, got the round rail. See about how high it is there. Give you guys another idea of it. Give you guys an idea of how high this rail is. Pretty sick. And again, you can drop in on the quarter pipe section we were just checking out and it'll shoot you in here. Or you can ride up, come back down. Get enough speed you need to roll over here. So this is a lot of the park that we have gone over so far. We're going to get started on this box section here. This is another thing that I love about Lake Street because it does offer different heights and different kinds of grinds for different experiences. You can see it here. Nothing too harsh or extreme. Start small right there. And it widens out. I just like this obstacle because you can manual on. It has the box. You can grind, has the coping on it. And it has different heights. Has the bench deal up on top. Pretty sick. I'm going to show you guys about how high this one was. It's about a little more than curb high. I'll guess about 9 inches. There's this box that comes out over here. It does have the ride-on grind. If you're getting comfortable with the feeling of grinding with your metal on metal, it's a good spot for you to practice that there. It's just a lot of fun. This whole box setup is a lot of fun. One of my favorite pieces out here at Lake Street. It's got this part up on top. Has the banks or kickers on both ends so that you can get a little bit extra pop when you're getting up on top to grind. Has a ledge that goes straight out. Pretty sick. So I think between the volcano, the bowl, and this little box section right here, Lake Street has a little bit of something for everybody. Super fun park to skate. See about how high that is there. So it does drop off onto the bank on this end. And then on the other end, you saw it does go straight out, so it's a drop. See here. A lot of fun. So on this end, it is the highest. If you could hit this end, if you could hit this ledge from this end, hey, shout out, yo, let me see that footy, because that's pretty sick. It's a little bit higher on this end. You can see it doesn't really get played with too much. Again, love this piece, love this little box section right here. Does have a square coping on it, it's not that high. Once you get over here, it'll shoot you back over to the rail and the ledge. Enter by the quarter pipe. There's the bank there. Alright y'all, so we have just about checked out everything that Lake Street has to offer. Super fun park. Gonna want to stop by there and skate next time you are in the LA area. Check out this ledge one more time. Little whole box deal, a lot of fun. Wanted to share with you guys real quick that there is a trash can not too far from the skate park. It is actually right next to the skate park. Want to make sure we're keeping our parks clean, y'all. Let's get that going. Probably gonna do a cleanup here in 2025. Keep an eye out for that. You have the benches over here for spectators. These have the coping, the edging on it as well, the ledge on it. A little bit higher than some of the other benches in the park. I think these benches are intended for actually sitting. Located right next to the sign, has the rules and regulations. Check all those out there. Shout out to everybody, all the Lake Street locals. So one more time, super fun park. Definitely put it on your checklist if you are out in the LA area. Wanted to give you guys a quick review of my cruise that I usually do to get warmed up out here. It's just super speedy. So I'll start over here in this corner. Hop on. Roll in to this bank here. Get over the box deal. Come over here into the bowl. Pump around. This is where I usually go for my back 50. But that's for another video. Super fun park. Be sure to get out here to Lake Street and check it out, y'all. Peace and love to the Lake Street locals. Always have a lot of fun out there. Don't forget to follow Security Skates on Instagram at security_skates. Security Skates Productions is a skater-owned independent enterprise and skate parks advocate. Keep an eye out for Security Skates skate park cleanups happening at skate parks throughout the Los Angeles area. Be sure to check us out at securityskates.com. This is your host, Paul, signing off. Happy skateboarding, y'all.